Farah, I hope you have your bathrobes on, or dressing gown if you're more fancy than that. I hope you have yourself a drink poured, and I hope you do enjoy the games we've got coming up today. Mo Farah, how are you doing, and what are you drinking?
Well, I'll be honest, Vikings game just finished really quickly in the other competition they were playing in.
It did.
I haven't had time to go and grab a drink, so that's going to be between games of the series. So I'm currently just drinking water, which is really cool effort, I'll be honest.
Hey, but you know what? It's acceptable, especially in times like these. Important to stay hydrated. So whatever you're drinking, as long as you're doing it classily and enjoying some nice soothing music, and in a dressing gown, then we'll allow it. And we hope you guys are all doing the same thing and keeping yourselves very entertained. Farah, you know, it's been a long time since the last stream, but we're actually starting this one after hours, which I feel like is a bit better. Do you think we're going to have a slightly tighter series or a slightly more convincing series this time around?
I would assume it's going to be a bit more of a convincing series. KSK, pretty sure this is a Hungarian team. These guys are not very well known. I don't really know anything about them, to be honest. There was a guy that actually messaged me on Twitter. I can't remember what his name was, giving me some information about them. But I'd like to see how they play myself as well. You know, nice to see what they can bring. This is their opportunity to show what they can really do.
Absolutely, especially versus Viking, you know, what's considered to be the top dogs in this tournament, and certainly the ones to look out for. So we're expecting big things from Viking. I'm expecting them to take the victory, but we could be surprised. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves into this first game. It's best 3 here in the Division 2 Pushka after hours. Or we can look at a black screen instead. Oh, there we go. There we go.
I like it.
Alrighty, so we have ourselves a Tusk and a Venomancer going to be the opening for KSK. Meanwhile, Viking, they're going to go for the Dragon Knight and the Chen to start things off. A lot of healing coming out from Viking, it seems. They kind of lock it down on the tanky hit. Well, the tanky DK and then the healing from the Chen. Does the Venomancer somewhat counter that already, though, would you say?
I don't really like Venomancer as a hero, to be honest. I'm not really sold on it overall. I mean, yeah, it's good against the healing in like a small like window, if that makes sense. But Viking are really good with this DK hero. I think it's one of the heroes they have used the most. They're very good at it, and they managed to get Celery on his Chen as well, which is something he's very comfortable with. So, you know, maybe they're playing against his Vedo and it might be a little bit annoying, but they're still playing their bread and butter at the moment. Viking shouldn't be too shocked. This Tusk Venom is an interesting opening though, especially if they play the Venom as a 3. And that lane is you know, very high kill potential. They can still flex the Venom. We have last pick overall in the draft, so no rush for them to decide.
Yeah, let's go straight in with the Coddle.
Yeah, they kind of don't really have any team fight between. I assume it's going to be Venom 3 and the Tusk 4. So they need to try and pick up a little bit of team fight from their other positions, and Keeper of the Line definitely gives you that. And, are you ready for the big one, boy? If you chuck from Magic the Veno, he gets 2 wards out.
Wow. Big news.
Don't just everybody take that in. I know that's a big deal. So.
Is this today's big combo then? Yesterday we had the Sprout combo, the double Sprouts. Today we're getting the double Plague Wards.
3, 4, 5 on KSK is all very, very weak though. They are super squishy. And they don't have a great amount of lockdown between them, so I imagine Viking might look to pick up something a little bit more manoeuvrable.
I feel like you're doing my good fellow Tusk a great disservice there. He could be reasonably tanky with a couple of braces. He's got a bit of lockdown in his belt, especially with the extra stun on punch. I don't think he's too bad.
I mean, Tusk's okay, but it's not like quick stuns, right? Like people can get their BKBs off before you initiate on them, right? Like at the moment, if you look at Viking series, if they buy a BKB, what does KSK's lineup do? It's Tusk, Veno, Consul.
I mean, true, but they don't have their core yet, so I think most lineups look weak when you don't have your cores picked up.
True. If you pick your 3, 4, 5 as your opening, you can tend to know how strong they're going to be.
Jesus, I've never seen a more Zoomer tag in my life than .Jake Paul. KSK.0.Jake Paul.
No.
That's the most boomer thing I've ever seen. Where you are not welcome in the Pushka After Hours stream, Mr. Zero. You are strictly banned here or now. That man is not a gentleman. He he is most certainly not welcome in the after hours stream.
I'm wondering what they're going to pick here, because they want to pick something that uses the console, like Shadow Magic well, right? So they could go for something like Gyrocopter if they wanted, or like Bristol still in the pool. I don't know how much I like the Bristol against the DK, but it's an option. Ember's been taken out. I'm really unsure actually, especially when you see like you don't know where this where this DK's laning, right? You're kind of having to pick blind as your like core hero here, not really knowing any of the matchups, which is a little bit of a worry for KSK.
Indeed. Burning down a bit of a clock here. It seems like when it comes down to that mid lane and that safe lane, they really want to think hard about what kind of cores they want to throw into this. And they're going to grab the Bristleback. Very popular here right now. Works brilliantly with the Kotl. I like this pickup.
Yeah, it's okay, but I mean, people pick DK into the Bristle because it has the really high armor naturally for the laning stage. So they can just put the DK in the off lane now if they want. They can put it in the safe lane as well. Depending, you probably want to put it against the Bristle rather than the Benno. It's a much better lane for the DK. I think something like Necro looks okay at the moment for Viking as well. Okay.
Well, that's an interesting one. Going for the Void Spirit for the side of Viking.
Yeah, I mean the Keeper of the Light and the Benno will be able to jump them at the start of the fight possibly if you can. So that Void Spirit can allow you to grab into the backpack. Can also make the Bristle turn with the 8th Remnant, which is really nice.
True. Yeah, get that squishy front.
And again, it also like abuses the lack of lockdown, right? I said this yesterday, you just roll your head across the keyboard and you kind of escape on that hero. So the lack of lockdown is a little bit apparent. They're going to have a really tough time trying to bring this Void Spirit down, especially if he has a good start to the game.
Yeah. They're really abusing that one with this pick. I mean, it could have been Void, it could have been, well, the Ember's going to actually down now. Storm, not so much. No one's really picking Storm right now.
It's not massively popular. I think it's still an okay hero. Not amazing. So if they come online, we can have a longer games. Oh, they actually banned the Necro.
I think people keep on saying that Storm is bad because Blitz said Storm was bad, but to be honest, Steven says that Storm is good, and I've heard some others say that Storm still, I don't know, maybe it's got a place, but we definitely haven't been seeing it much. But Legion, another hero we haven't been seeing much, but Viking going to go and throw it down here as their final pickup for their off lane.
Yeah, it's a pretty good Legion game. All three of their cores come online really quickly as well. We're seeing this a lot at the moment, just having these aggressive cores come online all together. This Legion has the Purge to be able to take off the Benno Gales as well, takes off the Goo if he needs to. So it lays really well up against the Benno if they can get that matchup. And it's going to have a decent lane no matter where it goes at the moment, unless KSK picks a really good lane winning matchup.
See, this is the counter to Bristleback, just things which make him face you. If you get to his tickly tummy, then the Bristleback isn't so fearsome anymore. Whoa, okay. KSK are going to go for the Storm, but I don't like this much at all. Not only because there's a Legion Commander in the game, there's an Earth Spirit in the game, DK's okay against Storm, but Void Spirit can also get the Axe, and that's going to be really effective versus this Storm Spirit, but we'll see what KSK want to do with it.
I'm pretty sure they're going to get absolutely run over here. I feel like, they've got this Chen DK Legion that can all just hit this timing early on and start running around and taking towers. If Storm starts to lose his jungle relatively early, then he kind of doesn't really have anywhere to farm on the map. Yeah. And any kind of farm they are going to get, the Bristol and the Storm are going to have to take, and then Benno kind of doesn't become a hero anymore because he has to basically just let his other cores being the ones that take the farm while he just kind of gets whatever he can. And I feel like if this Benno doesn't get any items, he's basically just not a hero at all.
Yeah, no, I don't know. They have the lockdown, they have a lot to answer the Storm Spirit, but we'll see if it does work out for them. They clearly have a plan here, but I still do like this Bristleback pick. I still think, even though they've got the turnaround spells, as we'll call them, I still think it's good, so we'll see how it works out for them. this time around. I feel like the Pushback's going to be the one making the space for the Storm Spirit, and I think it could work for them, but definitely favouring Vikings draft. It just seems way easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they've got, like I said before, they've got their bread and butter as well. They've got DK, they've got Chen. This is them feeling really confident in their opener. Kind of just adapt to the second phase and the third phase of the draft just a little bit.
This is a happy Viking for sure. I mean, we don't really know how Commando. I mean, maybe they play a really beastly Storm Spirit. Who knows? But Kill's still Command gonna make an opening in this mid lane. How does the matchup work though? DK versus Storm.
Yeah, this is interesting actually. I thought they were going to put the Void Spirit mid.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, no matter who they put there isn't a hero that like, does massively well against the Storm. As we said, so like in the laning station, the Storm is going to get something. Or you should get a decent amount, I mean, because they kind of just trade farm against each other, right? Like in theory.
Yeah, I imagine so. I don't think they can either of them can force the other out. I mean, maybe the Storm can get a decent amount of magic damage off on the DK, but he's still going to have that HP regen, even if he doesn't really mind about the armor too much. And meanwhile, I don't know, maybe the Storm doesn't really care about the breathe fire because he's got Overload and Sonic Gremlin to last hit with. So yeah, I imagine it's just a trade. I guess the biggest thing is the fact that the Storm can't really go and jungle too much with his Dragon Knight constantly pushing his lane in with the breathe fire and with the Elder Dragon form. But that's still not that big a deal. Meanwhile, Shad has been spotted here. Zero has used the tag team. They've got the Slough onto him as well. I think Shad could be in some real trouble, but he goes for the Dissimulate as his level 1 level up here. Not too sure about that though. Yeah, Lumine's going to cut through as well. They might get first blood here. Zero trying to run it down, but gets denied. Solari from the sidelines gets the deny off and keeps that first blood from happening. Very, very clutch indeed. But,
Shad's going to be absolutely livid that he had to take Dissimulate at level 1 though.
I know, that doesn't feel good at all. You really want that Resident Pulse.
He should have recalled in. Yeah, he should have recalled in by the Chen now.
He could die again here and it doesn't matter.
This is going to be an okay lane for the Venom though. I thought they were going to try and put the DK against, the Legion against the Venom in the laning stage, but kept it pretty standard. This Legion is probably the hero that deals best with the Bristle, if not the DK.
Boom takes first point of breathe fire to secure the ranged creep as per usual.
Top lane.
Yeah, old WSK. Luisk. Looking like he's in a bit of trouble. Someone might have to tell me how to pronounce that one. I don't know what Luisk means. WSK sounds way too mouthy.
Let me see what this guy messaged me on Twitter. I'll see if I can give you some inside info on the Hungarian scene.
That's what we need. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm not that read up on the Hungarian Dota 2 scene. My bad, I know. It's just running himself away from that scary, scary coddle. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, no more action since our first blood. These guys have settled their differences a bit and just going to kind of trade farm for a while. I'm a little bit surprised they haven't gone more aggressive onto Shad here, considering he's got that level 1 Dissimulate. They essentially don't have spell. Dissimulate's not a good spell, and Divine Favor is on cooldown. I mean, that's not really a spell either, so I feel like they could have afforded to be a bit more aggressive KSK, but they're just chilling. Kicking their feet up a bit.
LWSK means? It means low skill, apparently.
Ah, okay. We shall call him such. Yes. Should have figured that one out, I guess. Yeah, so mid, probably not going to see much action happening. Bottom lane, I was expecting some action to come out of this KSK side, but hasn't done so. Oh yeah, get that sentry. Oh, they predict the Tusk's movement as well. Tusk, though, might get the courier at the very least, so finds some value out of his death, but his death should be coming up here, though. Not actually catching him inside the Dissimulate. Zero might just make his way out of this one. Shad's still trying to chase him down, but a salve comes out from Tusk, and he's going to be absolutely hunky-dory.
So value for the Tusk as well, because that means the Venom just had a free lane for a little while as well, so it's a little bit of an XP boost over the Void Spirit.
Significant one as well. He's got about half a level up on Shad right now at this early stage. Does feel quite nice. Poison out onto Shad once again here, although he's trying to get the tag team off, but he's doing it very, very awkwardly, and Shad's going to jump across the trees. Nice and safe and sound, but meanwhile, low skill up in the top lane, getting beaten down by Aramis. Toby and Aramis get to work, and they get themselves a little bit of hedgehog souffle for breakfast in the top lane.
Yeah, don't look at the CS of both the side laners at the moment. That's the big worry for me. Venom has 3 CS and Bristle has 5.
Oh dear. How is it Venom have so low? He's had a decent time in this lane.
I have absolutely no idea.
I mean, I guess he's only got 40... I can't say that. I was going to say he's only got 49 damage the last hit with, but I mean, this guy's a pro player. Come on. Or at least semi-pro at this stage. Oh, Solari, yeah, the shards are out, the damage is there, and they get themselves gonna die again. Shad making it happen and trying to play around his remnant here, but Zero is just absolutely refusing to get in on that one, and Shad will jump away, but very low HP here, but hopefully his Chen will bring him some kind of regen as he sticks his face out. Sees Zero once again, can't really come close to this. Come on, Solo, let's get some CS on the board here, my friend.
Oh dear, top lane.
Oh dear, indeed. Sorry, I was just sorting out some audio settings, but yeah. Filmini takes a fall. That's a coddle. Brought down.
Boom doing absolutely fine mid as well on this DK. Has the double bracer now as well, so
yeah,
really difficult for the Storm to try and bully him out of the lane. And he is going to get an arcane rune as well on the DK, which is really difficult for the Storm to deal with because he's the one with the bottle, right?
Yeah, interesting now that the bracers, they still give magic resistance, but obviously strength doesn't anymore. So I guess that makes them a lot more valuable. Just getting those first few points in the magic resist. Storm being stunned up once again here. Coffee starting to struggle a little bit in this middle lane, it feels like, although he's still doing absolutely fine on CS for now, but Boom being pretty damn annoying.
DK's just sitting with double bracer 11 armor. Like, can't really do anything to him, and this is with Storm's bottle being refilled from a TP from a support as well, so
yeah, he's just got to exist in this lane. Can't really afford to fight with DK that much. Is still trying to under the tower, but with the stun coming out, Coffee really taking some heavy hits there. And as you say, the glyph helping Boom out a lot, just keeping him nice and healthy. Meanwhile, the coddle does go down here, up in the top lane, killed off by Aramis as he gets the snipe. Nicely done.
How much is he just juggling on with Keeper of the Light, actually? I feel like, why is he there?
Yeah, there is a creep camp on low HP as well, which makes me a little bit suspicious. What is he up to?
He's getting the bounty runes on the Storm. He's going to sneak them.
Or is he? Aramis is coming on forwards here. Can he stop him? He can't, but they might be able to get the return kill. He's going for the TP out here. Yes, Boom. He's going to get the Dragon Tail. Easily makes it there in time, but they're just going to run down this Storm. Big mistake here from the Storm Spirit, and Copy will be losing his life to Boom.
Disaster as well, it means he can't TP back to the lane now.
Look at this coddle, this fiend, down to the bottom lane. They actually get the kill, and Solo's going to get brought down though. A nice remnant coming out from Shad just in time. Zero still chasing. He has got those shards, going to hold Shad back. Shad, what's he got? He's got a Resonant Pulse, going to help him from a bit of the physical damage. Zero is still chasing, but he will give up the goat. Now, not much more he can do on this one. And there's a Chen creep just throwing spears at him. Envenomed spears, nonetheless. And Toppling. Oh my god. Viking are just destroying them right now. Every single lane. It's just destroying them.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the KSK side. They really needed to try and win their lanes a little bit harder as well. Like, you have Keeper of the Light Brisson in one lane, you have Venno Tusk in the other lane. You know, if your side lanes don't have a good start to the game, you are not going to be in a good position. Shad in the bot lane.
Getting kind of low here, but Solari's going to come in and deny his homie once again. Jesus, Viking are killing each other more than KSK are so far. They've actually had more denies than KSK have had kills.
Do you reckon Shad's going absolutely mental in voice chat at the moment? That's why they're all tipping him. He's like, why do I have to lane against a goddamn Venno? Oh, bait, bot lane.
Yeah, playing around with it. Solo, though, gets inside that snowball, getting on top of Aramis, but it's not going to make a difference. Shad comes back in, and Celery gets the kill. Now looking towards Zero here as well. This Tusk getting run down. He's not got many options here. Aramis is on top of him. They're cutting off his exit, cutting him down. I mean, he's buying a bit of space, but I still think it's going to be more than worth it. The rock comes cutting on through. Shad's got the damage and does get the kill. Meanwhile, Boom popping that ulti in the middle lane, starting to get the pressure on. They've put Phil Mini in here to just try and push out the creep wave of these Illuminates. He's doing as best he can, but unfortunately the best he can isn't that much.
There you go. I mean, if he stops the DK from freely pushing the tower, then he's doing an okay job in the mid lane.
True. Maybe I'm being too harsh on my man Phil Mini.
He's just trying to push out as much as he can so his Storm can jungle, and Copy's almost dying to creeps here, by the way. He's has to pop his Fairy Fire in the jungle just so he can live.
Well, the Arcane Ring will help out with that, that's for sure. This is such a good item on Storm Spirit. It just makes it so much easier to jungle. 3 armor, 10 intelligence, like, yes please. Put that straight in my spaghetti. What's
He
up?
tried to stack as well and accidentally he didn't manage to put it off.
He's having some issues right now. Letting the pressure get to him, maybe. Shad jumping onto Solar here does actually get the Remnant slightly off the mark here, but just jumping forward again and again and again, and with the help of Aramis, they'll run him down easily. Solar loses his life for yet another time. How many is this? 3 deaths now on this Venomancer in the bottom lane. He cannot come to this lane anymore.
Yeah, the thing is now Voice Threat's level like 6, it's just absolutely impossible. And because this top lane went so well for them, the Earth Threat doesn't even have to be there anymore, right? Like, he can just do whatever he wants.
Copy jumping in though, trying to get the damage off, but with that Resonant Pulse, Chad is keeping himself nice and tanky. Copy's still trying to chase him down, but with Remnants down onto Copy, he could be in some trouble here. Under the tower, Toby TP's in, he's got the duel, and the damage is going to be there, and they're going to run down the storm easily. Ouch.
Poor guy. That feels so bad as well on the storm when your game's been like really difficult so far. Your first movement that you make, you don't even get a kill, but then you die as well on top of it.
Yeah.
It's just so much wasted time. The mid lane as well,
Such a
0.
tough recovery now. Yeah, it's something. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, though. They're still going to be able to get the kill.
Did KSK come through the open qualifiers or something?
It's like, where did these guys come from?
Yeah. No, like,
yeah,
disrespect, but I assume... Because I haven't heard of them before, so I'm assuming they didn't get invited. That was my thought process.
So, I believe the process that Weplay had a qualifier... Oh, film me? Yeah, he's dead. I believe the process was that Weplay had, like, closed qualifiers for the Div 1, and everyone who didn't make it through that got to go to the Div 2 instead, right? So, they had
an open qualifier as
No,
well.
it was just everybody inside one qualifier, and if you didn't make it through the qualifier, then you went straight to Div 2.
Oh, so KSK were in the closed qualifier for the whole thing?
I believe so. I'll double check that in a minute. But meanwhile, Venomancer is losing his life here. If I can get another one and just running towards the next kill. And that next kill is going to be tough. There are heroes coming over for this one, though. The Bristleback finally getting involved. And Shad, losing his health quickly, needs to find a way out of this one. He's got an astral step to get himself away. But the snowball down onto the low ground doesn't going to connect. And they have the damage, though. Everyone just surrounding. But Copy comes blasting on through, killing off Shad. But the returns are starting to come. Zero is dead. Meanwhile, Storm Spirit, they're going to be the next one targeted up right now. But he's actually only aggressive. But he is going to lose his life to Boom here. Does get that brief fire off. And now Low Skill just fighting into the DK. He's got plenty of quills to stack up on him though. I'm not sure if the DK actually wants to take this one, but still happy to just sit in his face. Aramis as well, playing around with him. Low Skill trying to play as best he can. That one's going to get popped, but Aramis rolls forwards and he is actually going to die here. Only somehow 4 quill stacks onto Boom here, so he's going to be okay as well. See you later.
Their worst enemy, the TP scroll.
Oh, and see you later, Low Skill. Shad respawns, comes in, and gets the kill immediately.
I'm not sure how Storm died then when he had 400 mana left, I'll be honest, but never mind. It happens. They're looking for bot lane though, so Tush coming in.
Yeah, what's it? Toby might be in some trouble. It's okay, he's just worn out from casting earlier, so...
You're not one of those people, are you?
There's Toby one, no.
Get hyped. What's this Legion actually going for? Oh, he's gone Blade Mail first. Okay, Phase Boots Blade Mail, fair enough. DK has ult up again as well, so they really want to go for this top tier one. See Chen rotating in as well.
Imagine if it wasn't Toby one the caster and how confused people would get.
No, it would be ridiculous from there.
It would. Aramis trying to jump on top of the Venomancer right now. Meanwhile, they're actually immediately turning around onto the Legion. She's TP'd into 3 heroes, but it's taking a ton of damage. But does get the Blade Mail off to take 0 ton to himself, but Toby's still going to die. Very questionable.
I mean, to be honest, it's not great for Toby, but they take a top tier one in the meantime. So it's like, well, they're trying to push in the meantime, like on KSK, but the Viking are just taking over the map still slowly.
Boom, jumping in, start out onto the Storm Spirit, but with the Blinding Light from Flimini, it's going to help Copy for the time being. Meanwhile, the Snowball coming onto nothing, though. Won't be able to run down, or wouldn't he be able to run down Aramis, actually? He's be able to close the gap here. We'll just have to do it with a tag team, but does have enough damage. But meanwhile, on the front lines, they've already brought down the Coddle and the Venom, and it looks like it's going to be Bristleback as well, though. In comes Copy trying to turn this one around, controlling them nicely. They bring down Shad. Boom in trouble as well. He's got a ton of quill stacks on him, and he is going to die, but brings down Low Skill with him. Copy, the only survivor here, going to TP himself out to safety. Celery just too late to the spite to really have much of an impact. What a mess down in this bottom lane, actually.
Toby is only like, dude, where are you? And he's like, mate, I died.
Yeah, I was like,
I wasn't alive. Come on, man. I didn't even have a TP up. Give me a break. Also, Blue went Blink first, and now he's going Shadow Blade afterwards for the Silver Edge. So obviously not the most like ideal DK build you want to go for, because they're kind of like both maneuverability items, right? But he needs the Blink versus the Storm. Oh, dual mid. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Zero gets brought down pretty quickly. That's Toby making the recoveries, as we expect from a grade A caster such as himself.
What, yeah. Tries to TP the voice grid for a kill, but just a little bit too late.
Yeah, I love it when you see a Chen running at you and you're like, why is this Chen running? Oh god, no! It's like TPing in a level 25 Alchemist on your face and you've only just figured it out too late.
Aramis is in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, to say the least. He's gonna laser fly.
They are falling into the trap of running into the bristle over and over again, though, it has to be said.
True, but they should get this kill now onto Solar. The snowball going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but that comes out, but they just immediately take down Solari in response. Now they're looking forward to more here. Shadow's going to be the target. Shadow needs a way out of this, and he doesn't have one. As you say, Bristle getting so much work done, and the next target is going to be Toby, and Legion Commander does not stand a chance of surviving through this one. He's going to lose his life. As Toby himself would say, it's a disaster. 3 heroes brought down on the side of Viking.
Do you reckon that's what he's saying in voice chat?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. It's a disaster!
Yeah, that was the worst impression I've ever heard.
Yeah, way too high. Sorry, Tobes.
That was awful. Don't do my boy in like that. I don't really understand why Viking keep, like, this is what I mean, like, running into this bristle over and over again. And, like, this voice spirit keeps missing Aether Evidence as well, so...
Jump in, stun onto the task, jumping on top of his Shadow as well, and that's a very quick assassination onto Zero. Looking onto Solar as well, but Solar's just going to slick me himself away. I'm not sure if he'll be able to, so I'm just going to have the cooldowns back in just a second. Yeah, and now with Aramis looping around the side, Solar, he's going to have issues. He's dead.
Yeah, I think Boom's doing the right thing here. He's changed and got BKB queued up now. I think it's really important that he doesn't just, go for this double maneuverability in the Blink and the Shadow Blade for the Silver Edge. He needs the BKB to be able to fight at this point in the game.
Oh, steal that stack
as well.
Got him.
DK Essence Ring, that's good.
Which spirit are we missing here? Oh,
Ember.
Shame. Well, they're looking onto low skill here, and they have got the duel if they want to go for it. They certainly do. Turn him towards us and try and take him down, but they don't have enough damage to do it immediately. And now the Snowball Save coming out as well, keeping low skill alive and putting an end to Toby's life. Meanwhile, the stun, though, is out onto Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit might be knobby out of the woods, but he gets the blink away. It's just about to safety. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, low skill getting so low from the Hellbear Smasher and from the blast from the DK as well. Aramis might have come a bit out of position. 4 heroes caught inside the poison oak. They could look for the turnaround. Zero trying to chase them down. A TP out from Aramis. Is it going to be successful? It's not. Snowball comes in, counters is out, but it did make room for the Chen to TP himself. Yeah, Boom, going for the TP. The Ignis Powder's going to come down and cancels out the TP. Now the Dragon Knight in a real world of hurt right now as they surround him. They kill him off as well. That's going to be an extra kill going their way. 3 heroes dead. Viking just getting a little bit sloppy here.
I mean, they steal the stack on the DK and they find the bristle, but as soon as it starts to go badly, they realise they don't have the damage. They need to be... Well, I say they need to be backing off, but the problem is, like, you're playing against this Will-O-Wisp. There's a Tusk with Snowball, there's a Storm as well, which is always looking for a +1. Considering how the Storm start of the game went, he's actually doing really well now in terms of net worth. And considering the start that Toby had, he's kind of not.
No. He's definitely got some more workings out to do on how to play this Legion in this game, but dueling the Bristle definitely seems to be a good idea at the very least. This Bristle doesn't really fear much right now. I mean, that is the thing, right? It's so much physical damage on the side of Viking, and Bristle just loves it.
He has Vanguard Hood and a Dragon Scale as a neutral item as well, so he's really difficult to bring down. They really need to try and, finish off the Tusk, get the Venno, the Keeper of the Light. It's kind of more squishy heroes. If they can get the Storm as well, I mean, he's the big one. Not a particularly tanky hero at the moment either, with only the Kaya. When he gets that Bloodstone, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Nether Shawl for the Earth Spirit, very nice.
Yeah, like a bit of that. Although it seems like he's sticking with Philosopher's Stone.
They're giving it to the DK. I think that's pretty good too. I mean, he already has some really high armor, right? So the magic resistance.
Yeah, magic resist. Yeah, it's got to be it. Let's see. They're looking at him right now. thinking of jumping forwards. And they will. Immediately jumping forward to him. Meanwhile, Snowball's going to connect as well. Punch up into the air. And it doesn't look like Boom's going to be surviving through this one. He's going to get dropped like a sack of rocks. Great game.
To the other side of the eye shards there, I was really worried that Boom was just going to walk off. They managed to pull it off.
Could have been awkward. Seems like it was okay.
Good smoke rotation by KSK though. It means they can turn it into an objective as well by getting them in tier 1. Yeah. So it's not just the kill they get, it's the map control along with it.
Completely right. It's taken some time though. Their pushing is not strong by any stretch of the imagination. But there's not much other threats on the map right now. I mean, the creeps are pushing in at top, but not really doing much damage to the tower. Bottom lane, Viking are dealing with it pretty nicely, so they're able to just chill here and take the tower with relative ease. And maybe even rotate down bottom and take control of Viking's jungle. Should be a little bit scared right now. Toby walking into the Bristleback here. This is not the play. They're jumping on top of him here. Look at the amount of debuffs just stacking up onto this Legion Commander. Hand of God coming in to try and help him out as well, but it is not enough. Legion is going to go down, and Toby dying once again.
Yeah, not really sure about that one, what the Hand of God was for there. Didn't really have a chance of saving him at all. So, a little bit wasted. They're doing a really good job of just controlling this bottom half of the map as well. I think, Viking really need to try and play on the top side of the map at the same time to grab their own kind of net worth, just farm out during the meantime. So you see they are starting to move up that way.
Look at this, the Brittle's now highest on net worth. What started out as an absolutely disastrous laning phase for Kill Steal Commando is now looking like a pretty decent game for them.
It feels like Viking thought they were walking it a little bit and got slightly overconfident. Made a couple of mistakes, and all of a sudden, yeah, the game flips on its head. There is a Radiant Ward though that sees this whole dire rotation coming towards the mid lane.
Able to get the TP away, everybody else getting down the hill. Copy though, jumping in deep here. Amit's going to try and turn the tables and allow Shad to get out, and that is going to be successful. Shad gets to the high ground. It's a full escape here from Viking. Are you saying Viking or Viking, by the way?
Viking.
Yeah, I say Viking. I always find it weird that people keep calling it Viking. GG. Like clearly they're just pushing the URL, guys. They still want to be called Viking, I believe. I don't know for sure though. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Toby's just dead again, by the way.
Say what?
Oh, is he?
So watch from Toby here. He's having some troubles. Being jumped down once again. Toby will eat the dirt.
I mean, people keep running down towards this bottom half of the map and dying.
Yeah.
It's possibly a good time in the game to recognise that maybe we shouldn't be going down here anymore.
I just kind of feel like nothing's really being said on the side of Viking. You get what I mean? Like, everyone's just kind of playing their own game. There's very little group movements. I don't think they've gone for a single, like, team gank at all here.
It has to be said, though, to be fair on them, they've had a really long day today. And they've had a lot of Dota games being played already,
So have I.
My games would have been long today, but people just abandoned most of them, so I didn't really get to play today, unfortunately.
Oh, I had a position 5 Enigma, which his first item was Blink before wards. His second item was Linkins, and his third item was BKB, except he didn't reach for his third items because we fucking lost.
Position 5 Enigma can be okay.
Yeah, if it plays position 5.
Yeah. He's just trying to get roll queue games, dude. Leave him alone.
How do you think they feel about this tournament though, Viking? You know, there's all that conversation about how they beat Chicken Fighters, or was it them? Or no, OGC beat Chicken Fighters, and then they lost to OGC, but technically should have been second place in the qualifiers, but then Chicken Fighters are allowed to just come and get through by joining with NIP. Like, do you think they care about that, Viking, or do you think they're just kind of playing their own tournament, playing their own game?
I mean, they're probably a little bit annoyed about it, but there's nothing they can do, right? They've just got to get on with it.
Yeah.
Just carry on playing their own, doing their own thing. Oh, what a single deny.
Oh,
Celery,
yes, got that.
not only does he deny heroes, he also denies towers as well, apparently.
Yeah. Killing heroes, killing towers, that's a Slurry life right there. Meanwhile, looking on to this Tusk, and Tusk is losing his life pretty quickly, but as is Aramis. The turnaround is going. Meanwhile, the backlines there, able to kill out Flimini, but not before he gets down the Ignis, but it's not really doing much. DK's going to sit here and hit it throughout the degradation of his BKB anywhere. Look at the buybacks coming in from both teams here. Yeah, they're going to be able to bring down the Venom. And looking towards the Bristleback as well, now isolated away from his team, and they are going to get this kill, I think. He's getting out a ton of quills, but does still die.
They finally managed to get an initiation on Viking where they didn't go on the Bristle first. They got the Tusk. The DK has his BKB, so just kills off the Will-O-Wisp instantly. They get the duel on the Vedo. How much easier is the fight when the Tusk and the Vedo don't exist? It must feel pretty good.
Yeah. And a buyback being forced from both Flimini and Zero there, who really didn't do much. Like, they weren't able to get back in there. I don't know why they brought back. Like, they can't have expected the fight to go on for that long, surely. But there we go.
It's just the thrill of it, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have to remember though that if they take a decent fight there on the Dire side, they can like instantly transition it into Roach, right? Because you have the goo from the Bristol, you have Storm on your team, who's one of the best Aegis carriers as well. Aramis top lane, he's flipped on.
He's getting wrecked by the Storm Spirit right now, and it's just.
Do you want to know what KSK stands for, by the way?
Kill Steal
KSK stands. Exactly. I mean, that's the
on-brand plays from Flimini right here. What a great solo kill by the Cotton.
DK's getting closer to that Silver Edge, by the way, as well. It's, you know, about a couple of thousand gold off still at least, but he's getting there.
Yeah, no hesitation to pop the ulti here. And actually, they see this Plague Ward immediately smoking up. I think they might have spotted that one, although I say that Solar's still sticking around, and they're going to jump forward onto him here. There is a BKB available on this DK if he wants to pop it, and will do so, but gets punched up into the air, being controlled up nicely. Meanwhile, the Bristol zoning out the entirety of Viking on the backlines, and Zoom Boom's just like, yeah, I can't actually do anything about this. But the moment that he goes, Copy goes in. He's looking for a hero, and they are going to find the Chen. Not a big pick-off, but a pick-off nonetheless, and they will be happy with it, and this might open up for Roshan for them. But the Roshan is not fantastic, though.
They have goo, they have tactic. Like it's pretty good.
Alright, fair enough. Let's watch it. Yeah, okay, I was wrong. I was very wrong. Let's turn this Rosh up.
Oh damn idiot caster.
2K caster.
Not as good as Toby. Oh no, he's busy playing.
Nice big fat overloading odds from Tobo, the capital PH. Meanwhile, they've actually found Aramis kind of in the sidelines here, but they're trading that for Solo, which doesn't seem that good, but he buys back immediately. He'll see Commando, not afraid to buy back on the heroes when needed. Meanwhile, Boom popping that BKB in the middle of everything. Meanwhile, Copy trying to find the target here. He's going to go on to Shad. Shad just trying to play around here. Gets onto the zero up, does bring him down. Meanwhile, BKB, yeah, he's actually fine. He's got himself the Bloodstone, so can pop that anytime is needed. Meanwhile, the ultimate comes out from Solo, catching out the DK, but DK just being kited. Meanwhile, the rest of his team again actually kind of ruined here for them, and he might have a chance of going down a second time in, but Shad just says, no, I'm TPing away from this one and gets himself to safety with that TP back. But with two heroes dead, Toby died for a second time. This Roshan is still up and available for KSK, and they're going to take it down without any difficulty at all.
Zipped all the way from base just to take the Aegis.
Yep. Good. That's what I like to see. And Aegis is important on him. Man, Viking really dropping the ball here. Time and time again, having issues. Look at the Legion's damage history. It was Bristleback. There's these tiny instances of damages just over and over again, setting up to an entire 2k, basically 3k damage done by this Bristle, and also managed to get 96 damage done with that Dragon Scale as well. So, yeah, cute. Jeez, that's so much damage done to the Legion though. 3k physical damage over that fight.
There's an Orb of Destruction for the Bristol as well, so his physical damage only going to be amped. Along with the AC on top, that's going to be, what is it, minus 10 armor, I think? Yeah, minus 10. And Void Spirit's sitting on 9 armor, so that's not even...
Yeah, and they smoke forward and actually find the Bristle, but Toby is going to try and get the jump here, but unfortunately Bristle's kind of chasing their team right now. Can they bring him down in time? Does not look like it. Look at the AoE damage coming out the other way. Toby's going to be the one to lose his life immediately. Boom with the BKB in the middle of everything, actually able to just tank up and actually maybe bring down Zero in the storm as well. Not looking that healthy. Boom trying to finish the job here. Copy still jumping around, but he's out of mana, out of health. Will lose that Aegis, but it doesn't really matter too much. Meanwhile, Shadow in the backlands being drawn up. He's looking towards the Bristle, really wanting to finish the job here, but cannot do so. Gets killed off by the AoE ticks from both the Bristle and the Venomancer, and these long, drawn-out fights definitely favouring KSK. If they can't get that snap initiation, get the quick kill onto the Bristle, then it is just not going to work out for Viking. And now they've got an issue of Kill Seal Commando running up their high ground and not much they can do. Well, actually they've got a DK.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if it's a good idea to run high ground there. It's a little bit risky. Aramis has finished the Vessel as well on the Earth's Ray, so he's actually, their damage against the Bristle now is a lot better than it was before. They can stop some of this HP regen coming through.
I'd love to say sick prediction from Aramis here, but unfortunately I don't think it will involve them. Might actually, in comes the DK, he's turned up to this one. They got the damage to bring him down in time. They get the duel, they get the kill, and now they might have found low skill here as well. Maybe finding the +1 kill onto this one. Doom trying to go onto the front lines here and bring someone down and gets a stun, but a little bit too late onto the Coddle. He already got that Liang Despadas. His rest of the team being held back, and Boom is just running out of HP. 5 stacks of Quill Spray on top of him, and he's going to lose his life. Meanwhile, on the sideline, Solo does go down, but it's a trade they'll take. But they're still looking at. They're going for Filthy, and Shadow's on top of him right now. Does he have the damage to take him out while he walks into the rim? Then that's going to help out a lot. A nice prediction there with the Simulate to finish the job. But Celery got killed off by low skill in the backlines. Bristle still hanging around on this one. Shad, though, he's got a BKB. He's got plenty of spells coming off cooldown soon enough, and a heal from Toby going to help out as well. But low skill's not done. He's just chasing, running at heroes. And, what the?
There's a ward on the cliff, though.
Yeah, Toby. Okay. Interesting. What is this game?
I mean, normally that sounds really good, right? Because he gets up onto the cliff, he's like, they can't see me. And how was he to know they had a ward there? It's just very sad.
Just want to say, there's a disappointing amount of people in the chat trying to call us out and say that Toby is not actually the caster, the Toby which is Viking. And I just want to assure you, everybody, that he might be the caster.
Guys, come on. Let's remember that Nomad's a massive troll. You got to always remember that in the back of your head.
Oh, look at this! They're doing a little dance. The Bristle and the oh, get wrecked. Destroyed. Nice rune, idiot. Nice dance.
It's really close to Silver Edge on the DK, by the way, which I think is going to be a massive turning point in this game. I mean, Bristle's pretty unkillable at the moment. When the Silver Edge comes in, he actually becomes mortal again.
Yeah, it's an option to bring down this Bristle. Unfortunately, he's got so many items now that he's still going to feel super tanky, especially with his BKB if he gets it soon, which he's not far away from it.
It's going to be a mind breaker for the Storm, though, which is actually really nice. It means that if they don't have a BKB, you don't have to instantly pull them in. So somebody like the Legion, for example, can zip in on top of them, or Aramis as well, hit them, they're silenced for a little bit, and then you can follow up with the pull afterwards.
Oh, nothing more annoying when you kill a camp, blink away just as the neutral item drops. Jump forwards from the Storm, looking up the top here, actually finds Aramis TPing out, and that is going to be one dead little spirit. Nice zip, nice find. Actually, I think from this observer ward, they just saw him walking off in that direction and get the idea from it.
Free Bloodstone charge as well, which was good. Yeah, I love how they haven't said anything to each other on Viking as well, because remember, Toby died on that cliff, so they should know that they have vision there.
Yeah, true. And Abyssal Blade's actually going to be queued up from the Bristleback after all. They didn't follow through on the BKB, decided he didn't need it in the end. We'll see if he lives to regret that decision.
This item build feels really good on the Bristleback, because you build the Vanguard early on, and it just transitions into the Abyssal further on down, later down the line.
Oh, the Venomancer almost gets taken out, does get the option thanks to Zero just in time. They're going to try and focus down the Ignis Fadas, but it's actually, well, not that bad of a fight right now. That'll take down Zero as well. It's looking pretty good. They're going to kill Celery at the very, very least. but this might not be that good for Killsteel Commando, although they can't actually deal with the Bristol even with the Silver Edge. Let's see. They turn around, break it towards low skill. He's just walking his way around here. Aramis on top of him. Okay, you got the Spirit Vessel, you've got the Silver Edge, you've got the Jewel, everything you could need to kill off this Bristleback, and they will finally bring him down. Low skill does die. Took a while, but they get there.
Yeah, this is much better from Viking. They're finally managing. Again, like every time they take a fight, they don't go on the Bristle first. The fight's like, you know, a million times better. They find the Veno first, who just about gets his ult off because of the snowball, which is really well played by Zero. But Tusk dies instantly as well. Void Spirit manages to catch the Keeper of the Light in the back line. And then, you know, when they're only the Bristle and the Storm are left, they don't really have the, you know, the capability to take fights. It's just the two of them.
No.
Bristle is tanky, but they have ways of killing him now with the Silver Edge. He can't just, you know, run around and do whatever he wants anymore.
And an Orchid now picked up from Shad.
He's changing his mind on the Bristle. He's going back for BKB again.
Oh my god, this guy's so indecisive. He's like, yeah, that last gank, you know what, that last fight that would have saved me if I had a BKB.
I mean, that's what all carry players do though, right? Well,
True.
like, can I get away with it? Yeah, I think I can, and then they go like twice, and then like, maybe I should go for BKB.
Yeah, maybe I should get it after all. I still don't think it helps him that much this game though.
It's not amazing. It's decent. There's a hype stone on the DK now as well, on his way to that AC.
I just prefer the Abyssal on
very
the, like, I feel like what Killsteel Commando want to do right now is just kind of run around and find a target to jump on, stun up, and beat down really quickly, especially if they can get them before they get the BKBs off. No one does that for them. Like, the Storm kind of does, but not really enough. I think the Abyssal would just change the way Killsteel can play the game, essentially, which is make it much easier for them.
I think the only reason the fights have been going well for the most of the time is that the Bristle's been the one that's been gone on first. Like, the massive problem for KSK at the moment is that this Veno isn't really a hero. Like, he's a vessel without any charges at the moment. Like, he's really good with Leather Shawl in terms of some of the damage he can output with poison.
Celery caught on the back lines here. He has got the Glimmer Cape to keep himself alive, though, and his creep's helping out a little bit as well. And now they're turning. They want to try and get on top of the Bristle here. The Poison Nova's going to come down. Fluminen's just going to die immediately, though, and they're going to try and go for the duel onto the Tusk here. But actually, it might be the Tusk winning the duel. He certainly does, but goes down immediately afterwards. Meanwhile, Shad losing his health pretty quickly, but it's the Storm who's in trouble. He gets killed off. The damage on Boom is just too much. The break comes out onto the Bristle, but as does the Ignis Fighters at the same time, and the Spirit Vessel out onto the DK. DK being controlled up away from his team. Split off, separated, being beaten down, and it is going to get killed off in the end here. The last hit coming in from Philipni here as they get that kill. Meanwhile, Shad silenced up by an Orchid from Coffee. That's going to be an extra kill going the way of Killsteel Commando, and they get themselves 4. Huge fight for them.
Yeah, Boom's stuck in this really awkward situation in the fights because they don't really have a great Will-O-Wisp hitter. So he has to be the one that deals with it, but he pops his BKB really early on in the fight to be able to secure the Keeper of the Light kill before the buyback. And, you know, without that BKB, it's so difficult for them to take fights into the Will-O-Wisp. And this is going to be another Aegis for the Storm. So, looking really good for the Dire side, actually.
Yeah, really fantastic. Now, a lot of people still saying about this Toby 1 thing, but my question to you is, have you ever seen Toby cast a Viking game? Think about that one, guys.
True.
Think about it. Yeah, you haven't, have you? Now Bristleback with the cheese in his pocket. Just like me, I feel very confident when I have a cheese sitting in my pocket. One of those baby bells just sitting there. Just means, you know, I'm feeling good about the day. I've got a snack ready, not going to get low on energy.
Have them in your lunchboxes all the time, did you?
Yeah, mostly.
With this Order Destruction, by the way, these racks just melt so quickly. Along with the AC, of course.
I remember there was a point in my life where my mum was like, hey, you know what, this is pointless getting baby bars. I'm just going to cut up some cheese and wrap it in cling film. I got cheese so much.
It's not the same. It's not the same. Did you not tell her it's not the same?
I like a good mature cheddar. I liked it, but I had to stop because I was getting teased too much. People started calling me the cling film cheese boy.
Sounds reasonable.
It was
Bristle
nothing
just
to do
breaks
with
the smoke,
snack.
by the way.
Yeah, he's running through them right now. They're even jumping on Celery. Look how far back the Storm has gone. He's got Aegis, so he doesn't care, and they're just going to annihilate Celery. They get a return kill onto Solo at the very least, but Solo's going to buy back into this one. He's happy to come forward. Oh no, Storm caught out, beaten down, but he's got that Aegis, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it is going to be Aegis gone down. Maybe they can look for something here, but boom, with that Silver, in comes Ignis. That's fantastic once again, holding back everybody and allowing them to get the kill onto Shad. This Ignis is a huge problem for Viking every single time. They just don't have anybody that can come and kill it. Jesus, this guy's just chunking through this tower. Yeah, on a spell, finds a creep to use it. This nasal go on, keep these war stacks going. 385 bonus damage, and in comes a snowball to try and hit. They're going in deep here. Not sure they quite want to do this, but they don't really seem to care that much. The stun comes out onto the Bristle. He doesn't have that cheese anymore, remember, so could be in a spot of bother, especially with the Spirit Vessel limb. So he's just going to chill out, get back a bit, relax.
Remember I said he might be mortal with the silver image. Can I backtrack on this statement?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. You can do a full U-turn there.
He hits so hard with the level 25 target as well, the warpath damage.
Yeah, it's
Rack's just gone.
It's gone. That's the second lane at Barracks. Only one more remaining for Viking here, and this could be not long before it's out. But they don't have the Aegis anymore, at least.
What's up, Chief? What's the net worth chart looking? I was going to say, like, Viking have been leading in terms of net worth pretty much the whole game, but it really hasn't felt like it.
No, it has not. I mean, it's never been more than 10k, and it's now a 3k advantage to KSK, but yeah. Interesting to think about that. I guess that's just the power of the Bristle, though. You know, the hero doesn't need that many items to be a threat.
They haven't really been able to itemize for the physical damage either coming through. I guess they have like mech and DK's going AC now, but they need so many items for these fights. Like Toby went for the pipe first because of the obviously the Venom, the Keeper of the Light. There is magic damage coming through.
Look at the damage, so much. But yeah, on the backlines they're looking for someone here, but in comes the Snowball trying to help him out. But the Storm gains away with the BKB, turns it around, and now jumping back in. Then they go on to Boom here. He's going to be the target. Held still inside the Ignis Finals, but once again it's just doing so much bloody work. Shad jumps at backlines, is able to kill off Thilamy at the very least, but Toby's going to die as well. And actually, they didn't bring down anybody super important here. Toby is dead. Amaris is going to die as well. Shad would be a big kill, though. He's going to try and get himself away. A cheeky unsimilar to the high ground, but Copy will be able to run him down. Easily stays on top of him, and they get that kill. A buyback from Shad, but it feels like it's going to be a really hard defense here. 3 on 5. Or, sorry, 3 on 4. Philomene's not back just yet. I don't know if they can do it, though.
Can they take down the raid boss Bristle, though? I mean, what an amazing snowball save by Zero, by the way. They almost got like 100 to 0 at the Storm at the start of the fight. And he didn't have buyback because it was on cooldown. But the snowball save comes in, which means he can just zip out of the fight straight away, and he comes back and returns. They just completely turn it around.
They got the Silver Edge, they got the Silence, maybe they've got enough damage. Copy going to try and come on the backlines, they're popping BKBs, but again the Snowball comes out, saving from the duel, saving from the damage, saving from a lot here. Is it going to keep him alive? Yes, it is. 4-star comes out, he's absolutely peachy. A buyback from Toby as well, really trying hard to force us one. Another Silver Edge forwards onto the Bristle, he pops the Abyssal onto Boom here, but it doesn't matter, he gets taken down. A final brief fire, gets the killer. Copy. That's not where you want to be, my friend. He has got a BKB to throw out if he needs it, but the actions aren't there. But another Snowball comes out, and he's got a BKB when he comes out the other side, but no mana. He could still be in some trouble. Jumping up to the high ground, but dies. What? Just dives to Shad. Oh, it was the Astral. It was the Astral. They might be in a spot of bother right now. They are all cleaned up. They're all dead. The Storm dives back into this one. Not like this, Mo. Not like this.
Dear, oh dear. Bristle doesn't have the gold for the buyback. It's not even like it's on cooldown for him. He bought out for the Abyssal thinking they were so far ahead, you know, that they could just finally end the game. And
oh, this is tragic.
You can see how difficult the fights are for them without the Will-O-Wisp, though, right? From the Keeper of the Light. The DK doesn't feel under threat by anybody except from this Will-O-Wisp. And
they're stepping in tier 4s. They know exactly what's going on here. They're like, they don't have it.
Why is Bristle not buying back, guys?
Getting beaten down, duel comes out, oh no, God, oh no, they're gonna realise from this for sure.
Oh no, this is gonna feel so rough for them as well. They were in such a commanding position.
Kill Steel Commando, how could you let this happen? The G's to the G's are being dropped. Jesus Christ. Throne gonna fall.
Wow. I feel really bad for Zero, especially on this Tusk. I feel like he had an amazing game.
Yeah, I mean, both the supports did so well on the side of Kill Steel Commando. They really, really did. Like, you cannot take that away from them.
Dear, oh dear. They're gonna go back and watch this replay and think, did we really have to make that move at the end? We were in such a good position. We kind of just overstepped the mark a little bit. Like, Roche was up in minimum respawn Roche time when they all died was like 2 minutes away. They could just wait for the third Roche to try and secure the game if they wanted. They just got ahead of themselves a little bit, unfortunately.
All right, let's put on some music. Let's get into the chill zone.
To the vibe chamber again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this. Do you see what I mean about the Veno though? Like when it gets to this point in the game.
Yeah.
Like he has to be the one that takes the sacrifice, right, with the game to allow the Bristol and the Storm to try and step up in terms of net worth. He fell off a cliff very hard towards the end, unfortunately.
He absolutely did. You know what, guys? I want to tell you all a story as we settle back down and wait for the next match. And this story's about a boy I went to school with. His name was Richard, and Richard was this excellent sports guy. He was good at all sports, but especially basketball is where he accelerated. And Richard, one day, we used to have a day where all the colleges used to come in and watch us play sports for a day. And they would watch us play, and they would offer scholarships to anybody who they thought was really good. And we all thought Richard wasn't going to get one, but he was having a bit of an off day. But basketball was happening at the end of the day, so he had his opportunity, right? So he waited, and it came to the last day, and he wasn't playing great, even in this game of basketball. And we were like, oh, Richard's going to lose out on his scholarship. We were really worried for him. But in the very last moment of that basketball game, in the final minutes, he made the most amazing shot from his own baseline all the way across the court and managed to sink a ball all the way through. Everybody lost their minds. It won the game for them, and he got his scholarship in the end. And up until this game, that was the biggest throw I've seen in my life. Already.
That was awful. that was awful.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to throw it over to a short break, and then we're going to be back with game number 2. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome back once again to Pushka After Hours. Hope you're all having a good time, nice and comfortable in your dressing gowns or whatever classy attire you're choosing to get in today. And yeah, ready for some Division 2 action. All the kids have had fun in the daytime. Now the adults come and jump in on Division 2 and enjoy, relax, and most importantly, have fun. Mike, what are we expecting from game number 2?
I was expecting KSK to be a little bit disappointed. I think, especially after that, the end of game 1, I think they're going to look back at that and think, we really should have won that game. We kind of chucked the towels in ourselves, which is going to be very frustrating for them to have to cope with. But again, they've got to be able to reset themselves mentally to try and win this game 2. So we didn't really give them a chance coming into the game, let's be honest. We kind of expected Viking to stomp it, and KSK put on a pretty good show actually, so just to see if they change up much of their draft, or if they stick to something similar.
A good test of their mental fortitude here, I would say. I think either we're going to see them absolutely bomb, or we're going to see them hold together like a refined gentleman should, hold their chin high, and come into game number 2 with the same kind of energy. But, Mo, do we have ourselves a draft?
We do. Let's get it.
Brilliant, let's get into it. Game number 2, off. Viking versus KSK. We're going to start things off with Ember Spirit for Viking, not banned out this time around. Meanwhile, KSK are going to go for the Tusk, and they're going to go for the Axe. And the Void Spirit coming out from Viking. 2 out of 3, not bad. Not 2 out of 4, actually.
Yeah, so the Axe is an interesting one.
Your mic's got a bit crackly, sir.
Oh, okay. Are we better now?
No, but once. Maybe. Yeah, I like the Axe as a pickup. I don't know, I just think this hero is really strong. I think it's underrated right now. Works kind of well with the Tusk, but just generally it's a great counter to Ember Spirit. Gives you just something to jump on top of him and take him down, essentially, seems to be the idea.
Are we better now?
Yes, much better.
Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, so I wasn't listening to what you just said because I was sorting out my mic. But,
I was just saying I like Axe as a counter to Ember Spirit.
Yeah, it's okay. I think they took a little bit of time to think about what they wanted as their counter to Ember, and they decided that Axe was the one. And Axe Tusk, not an awful lane. I think this is going to be a Rubik +5 though, from what I can tell, which I'm not really sold on, I'll be honest. Oh my god, they're doing Team Spirit. They're actually going to do it. Holy shit. They're just instantly picking their heroes. I love this.
Wow, that's
Do we get Vengeful Spirit last pick? If KSK ban it, I'm leaving the cast.
Please. I mean, I don't know. I think it's Team Spirit already. You don't need the Venge. But, I mean,
Yeah,
Venge or Spirit Breaker would be like the pudding. I'm
I
joking.
can't believe it. This is amazing.
Brilliant. I mean, do we analyse this in any other way? Like,
I mean, I've given up. I just started picking their second base heroes. I quickly realised what was happening, and I don't know what I can say anymore, I'll be honest. They've just decided this is what they want to do. And do you know what the best bit about this is? They instantly picked every single one of the heroes when it was available. They didn't even look at what the other team was picking. They wanted Team Spirit, dude. And they're ready to make it work.
I mean, okay, so if you had to pick, have you ever come up with a theoretical 5th hero for the Team Spirit draft?
Please.
It's
Yes,
Venge,
they've
they're
done
going
it!
for it. All 5 coming out for Viking. Full memes, shifted into maximum over meme. That's what we like to see.
Oh my goodness. This is going to be amazing. I'm so excited, actually. So I assume it's going to be Ember 1, Storm 2, Void Spirit 3, right? And then we have Earth Spirit 4, Venge 5. It's going to be, I'll be honest, it's going to be a little bit demoralising for KSK that Viking feel like they can meme this way, right?
Just get memed.
I mean, KSK here.
Alright. This is the draft. This is the psychology draft. Yeah, this is a psychology draft. What they're doing is they're saying, we just fluked the hell out of you, we should have lost, and you threw, and now we know that you're going to be on tilt already, and we're just going to rub salt in the wound by picking a clown draft instantly picking it as well, putting you under the gun. They haven't used a single second of reserve time here, Viking. They're just clowning it. They're here. I mean, this is... And you know what? I respect Viking as well. We're drinking spirits. They're picking spirits. I'm sure they're listening to jazz as well, I would hope. I hope they're on their dressing gowns.
I'll be honest, I'm just waiting for the reaction from the chat when they pick Ben. I'm waiting. It's gonna happen. I want to see what everybody says. Okay, so KSK. Okay, so it's gonna be Pango mid, I assume. Yeah, Soul is playing the Axu as the offlaner, and Tommy's playing the Pango. Right. I don't mind this too much. Yeah, I don't really have a way of dealing with the Pango Rolling Thunder at all. I worry about their lack of catch a little bit against, you know, the Spirit lineup. But we shall see.
So, Pangolier versus Storm in the middle lane seems pretty good for the Pangolier. I'm going to have, let's see, it's Solari on the bench, so Solari and Shad in the safe lane, and then Toby and Aramis in the off lane. I really don't hate, but I mean, it's not good, but it's far from horrible.
It's not awful. At least they can all fit, at least they're not like picking 3 carries, right, to fulfill a main.
True.
At least they actually all have a position they can play, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about the Spirits, right? Other than Storm Spirit, they're all very flexible.
Yeah, off-lane Ember is going to be interesting. Not really sure about that.
True, I would have preferred to see the Void Spirit off-lane, but, you know, whatever.
I wonder what the POS 5 Tusk is going to be like as well. I feel like their laning stage is really weak on KSK.
True, they might just get away with it.
I'm also not a believer in this PA hero at the moment, by the way.
Who's trying to play along with the saxophone? Toby is.
I know it was Toby before. I assume it still is, yeah.
Just adding a bit of sax, a little bit of trumpet over the sax. I like it. Get those horns coming in, boys. I want to put it out there now as well. That I talked about how Viking have had a long day, right? And they're like, you know what? We're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna pick 5 spirits, and we're just gonna have a good time. Because, you know, maybe they feel like, I felt we kind of got that vibe from watching them a little bit, that they were getting really annoyed, you know, at the start of that game before. Yeah, for sure. They weren't playing like we've seen Viking play before at all. You know, these guys. Yeah. I'd love to say Killsteel were playing amazing Dota. They weren't. They got ruined in the laning phase, and they were given a chance to come back. They started playing well, I think, around like the 25-30 minute mark, when they realised they had a chance to win, and all of a sudden we started to see the 2 supports just absolutely coming alive, and they started to play some like good Dota for sure, and really handing it to Viking. But
I think they played pretty well last game, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean there was a point where they started playing well, but they definitely started off pretty bad.
I think the Tusk played pretty well all game. Like, they had a rough laning stage, yeah, sure, but like I grouped them as 5, and they just weren't afraid to like constantly brawl, right? Like, they were making aggressive moves on the map. It's not like Viking were always coming to them and messing up. So you've got to give them respect, you know.
I'm definitely excited to see more of these support players, but I'm not sure about Tusk 5. Tusk 5, Rubik 4, it does stuff, but it's a bit greedy. It's a bit.
I think it works if you're going to tri lane, right? Tusk is a 5, and it's not quite as bad.
Maybe they both need XP though, is the thing.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. But they could end up just leaving the Axe in like a solo position down here, where he just skips creep waves over and over again, and then they just send the Rubik and the Tusk top to help the PA. Veg is just going to start running bot now as well before the cream spawn, knowing that they've secured 2 runes.
Solari on his way to bottom. Meanwhile, Aramis is going to take the outpost whilst he's here as well. Might as well. The value plays. Always do this in your pub games, by the way, because you tend to often get the 10-minute double outposts just from people being idiots and forgetting about the outposts. Pretty fun.
Of course. Your games, you meant it.
Yeah. Down at 2k or whatever chat's decided I am at this point.
The whole of Twitch got a 7k, remember? So
yeah, they're really good.
In their games, it would never happen.
Ooh, Toby, get jumped out. I mean, they don't even know what outposts are. Toby's going to be alright. Not much of a gang coming out from Flimney. Aramis just happy to keep on trading with that Orb of Venom. Meanwhile, down at bottom. What's up, bro?
I thought Boom was going to get 2 range cubes in ice, but Copy managed to at least get one of them.
Yeah, Copy doing, well, I mean, pretty even in this mid so far, with provided Boom's able to secure this creep. Oh, nice job. Very close. Very sick. Yeah.
The Tusk sounds like a really horrendous lane to play against, though, by the way, especially with
Spirit and Embers. Unforced errors, don't like to see any of that going on. Now disarm out onto him as well. And Copy, he's still got this swashbuckle if he wants to come forward onto Boom here, but is giving him respect for now. I mean, if you jump forward onto the storm like that, then don't blow him up immediately. You're going to have some issues. You're going to have a Sonic Remnant overload in your face, and that is not pleasant.
He doesn't have much more regen on the Pangolier here. He has to be a little bit careful.
Just thinking of myself, actually. I was expecting that courier to be bringing this out, but it didn't.
They brought the same items. They brought all top lane Aramis.
And jumped on here. That Spirit getting very low, but it's going to be Low Skill who goes down first. Aramis still surviving, salving up to make sure he lives through Philomne's next hit. And he's not actually going to die at all. It's not even a trade. It's just a straight up kill onto the PA. A little bit of over-aggression here from KSK results in a carry dying. And Toby going to be very happy with that one.
That Tusk was 1 creep away from hitting level 2. If they'd have had that before the fight started, then it would have been a dead Earth Spirit first.
Oh, now they're going on to him, but the same thing's going to happen. Aramis jumps his way through, throws out that rod, but Toby is going to be absolutely fine once again here. They're unable to kill him. Meanwhile, Pangolier in the middle lane getting really low to Boom, but now has that Salve arriving on his courier. Timely indeed. And also bottom Solari losing a little bit of HP, but overall, everything's pretty civil in this laning phase. Only 1 kill so far. Top lane is definitely where the most action has been so far, though. A lot of brawling.
Well, any lane that Tusk is in, there's always going to be brawling, dude. This is the tag team lane. You know, you've got daggers on top for the extra physical damage. Boom is really just trying to push the lane in here. Really wants to secure that bottle before the 4-minute mark. Trying to pick up the extra value.
How do you counterplay into a troll draft, though? Because you've got to be so worried now. Like, if you lose to this, you're going to take a huge blow to your egos.
Yeah, it feels pretty bad. On mid lane.
Maybe it's the disband play. Maybe that's what they're going for here. They might be outplaying Boom here. The TPs are coming. Boom trying to turn this one around. He might have enough damage. He does! Gets the kill. And thankfully, Aramis was there to absorb some of the XP, which I'm sure Boom's very thankful for. Meanwhile, Celery just dying to a neutral creep.
Oh, he's going to get the 4-minute rune on Storm as well. Oh no.
Oh, this is a Pangolier's lane now in a really tough position. And it's a double damage as well, as if things couldn't get any worse. Oh well,
actually,
guess it could have been a regen. Yeah, he did deliberately.
But like, just as he was going to die as well.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a battle hunger on him, but he wasn't. There weren't any enemies around him.
As well, so pretty tanky in this lane up against the Axe. Has 82 damage, so...
Yeah, starting on him actually. They've got the Remnant as well to hold him still. Can they finish the job onto Solar here? No more spells available on the Void Spirit here, and he's going to pop that salve on Solar. Celery trying to close the gap here, but can't actually find him, so Solar able to get the full duration. Nice movement through the trees there to keep that going for as long as possible and keeping him alive.
I like what Toby's doing here as well up in the top lane. Just skips the wave completely and farms that as well as a small camp. There's a really nice Jenkins video on that's been released recently on YouTube. You can go watch about that.
YouTube.com/Jenkins Dota 2. No, I don't know what it's
on the YouTube.
True, I guess if we're dressed in dressing gowns and sipping whiskey, then we should call it the YouTubes.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of on brand, wouldn't it?
Stupendous.
Laning stage at least getting a little bit better for KSK this game though. I mean, in comparison to last game, they were getting absolutely destroyed. So
yeah, for sure. Kind of helps when you're into a troll draft, but still, feel slightly decent to have recovered from last game's mishaps a little bit. But it's much closer. But it is still all the Viking heroes leading on the net worth on every lane. Solo just coming in, taking some punches at some heroes here, but they're going to try and maybe go for him. Oh no, he's just actually cancelling out the call. Very smart. Then once again, Copy being jumped one here. A nice rotation from Aramis going to result in the death of the Pangolier, and they are just really laying the hurt down now on this middle lane, securing Boom's lane. What? They're not keeping that alive. Interesting.
Gonna be... I mean, to be fair, I don't know how they would have managed it.
They're heading top. They want to try and save Toby here. Will they be able to do so, though? They're not going to get here in time, I don't think. Toby, and I say that... Oh, he does get a punch in, but they're going to get at least one return kill, I believe, onto Filmy. But actually, no, he's not, because his regen rune got cancelled out by a nice dagger from the PA, and now Aramis, yeah, he might be the one in trouble. There is an ultimate available on the Pango. Doesn't need to use it, though. They'll just kill off Aramis casually. Celery, he's going to be alright. It's actually the Actor gets brought down first. Now Shad looking over towards Zero instead. Doesn't have any more spells, though. A little bit hard to finish the job here, especially when Celery's just such low HP, threatened by a Fade Bolt from Zero here, so he does have to keep his distance. But in comes a Remnant. It's going to miss, though. Very close.
Shad not been having a great time hitting these Remnants across the last 2 games, has to be said. Most of his games has been okay, but I feel like a lot of the early Remnants that he was throwing last game as well ended up missing. So.
Savage.
He's just working on it. Oh, Celery just denies again.
Yeah, apparently he's still in the mood for buying himself some neutral creeps. I mean, I guess he still gets to play the game, so he's like, whatever.
I mean, to be fair, he's bringing the Void Spirit as items as well, so it's not even that bad. He has the Vengeful Spirit illusion, but it's not really an illusion. Is it an illusion? What is it called?
Yeah, it's an illusion. It's not an illusion.
A strong illusion.
Is that really what it's described as? A strong illusion, a vengeful spirit. In capitals, by those capitalized, not just strong illusion, but strong illusion. Does that just mean it takes... Yeah, I don't know what it means.
I assume it just means that it doesn't instantly die to certain things. I think it still dies to Hex and Mana Drain, right? I'm pretty sure. Not actually sure.
Don't know, mate. Don't play any Venge. That hero's boring.
No, neither do I. I used to play a lot of Position 5, but Avenge is a hero that I just would never do.
Toby being jumped onto the top lane right now with the tag team, with the damage from that PA, they will be able to move through him fairly quickly.
And this is exactly what I mentioned before, like the Axe just starts skipping waves, the Rubik turns top, and they just end up tri-laning to help the PA in the laning stage. Well, I guess it's not really the laning stage anymore, but... A Storm finds the Pango.
Yeah, has somewhat. Copy, though, happy to pop the ultimate just to keep himself alive and try and offer a bit of threat onto the Storm Spirit, and going to try and farm some creeps with it at the very least. That's kind of efficient, you know.
Might as well try and get something out of the usage.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's really good for Boom, though, the fact that he has to pop the Rolling Thunder there on the Pango. He doesn't really have to worry about getting ganked in the mid lane anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll throw it over to net worth and see the Storm and the Void up in the top 2 positions of net worth, but the PA really close behind, along with the Pangolier, so... Well, it's a pretty huge distance between the Pangolier and the Storm Spirit, though. Storm's definitely the #1 hero in this game so far.
Spirit might be in slight trouble here. Ember does have level 6 now, so he can send the Remnant out back.
Let the snowball through as well. My god, the damage onto Aramis is just so severe.
Team Spirit got to unite more, man. Not doing enough at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like when all 4 of them play together, yeah, Solo, he's been beaten down here. He's actually not going to survive this one. But yeah, I feel like when all the spirits play together, they should unlock a new ability, which is Merge. And if they all use it together, then they turn into the Super Spirit. Elemental God.
It's like Underlords all over again. Jesus.
Is that a thing in Underlord?
Midnight, Poppy.
He's getting his truffles a little bit ruffled here by the Storm, but Storm realizing that he probably needs to get out of this one. He'll be in some trouble. The Copy doesn't actually follow through with the Rolling Thunder and Boom zips himself away.
Well, he's going to get an Arcane Boom. That's pretty nice.
Nice. Boom's getting lucky with these. I'm very good about its rune selection so far. Yeah, played around with low skill a little bit. They'll pass by, but it's actually the Tusk who's in trouble in the middle lane, getting jumped by Boom, and Boom just going to step down these static remnants, and that is going to be one dead little Tusk.
You tried kill streak for the Storm as well. Yeah, I was trying really hard to make it. There is a catapult wave coming mid, by the way, so somebody from the die has to deal with this. I see Pango TP's back mid as soon as he can.
Yeah. Otherwise this tower is going to fall here.
It's getting really low.
It is. Fort comes going up. Anybody coming?
Oh.
Pango. Oh, okay. Well, that's because the Rubik is in some trouble. Toby trying to run him down, and he finds himself 1 kill onto Aramis, looking towards Toby as well. Toby with a triple remnant forwards. I mean, that is just suicidal, but I guess he kind of realized he was dead and was like, screw it. Might as well bring down a hero with me. But they lose their tower in the process, yeah.
It's so worth it.
Yeah, no surprise here to see her running straight for that Desolator. Wants the anti-armor, wants to be able to fight early on with this axe, with this Pangolier.
Solar,
oh, he's been caught out creep skipping again, hasn't he? Cool, gonna come out, but Boom's just on top of him here, and this Storm has got more than enough magic damage to tear through this Axe's defenses and grab that kill.
Feels very much like last game where Boom had a completely free start, right? This time he's playing Storm though, which I think is a little bit more scary.
Yeah.
He's got that Kai completed now as well.
Oh my goodness.
A couple of 100 gold off.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a 12-13 minute Kai at this rate. Very, very good.
Yeah, they've back to your point, my point before about Underlords, which is obviously very important. The spirits, when they all use, it's like a race, right? I don't know what it's called. I'm not really into that stuff, but whenever they all use a spell, they do like some delta triangle thing and do more damage. So maybe that's what you could look for this game as well.
I just foresee him turning into the same hero, some kind of like storm, void, ember, earth monster.
Some dodgy transformer thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Power Rangers more like, you know, when they all come together. What was it? What was it called? Is it called a Megazord?
I have absolutely no idea.
I think it was a Megazord.
Come on, chat. You're probably all Power Rangers fans. Can you tell us what it was called?
It's on your level. No. This is after hours. We're all sensible gentlemen in this stream.
Of course. Take a sip, everybody.
Indubitably. We use words like indubitably. And
I mean, Dire's just
quite.
KSK have 4 heroes down in the spot lane. They're not really achieving anything. Boom's going to try and give them something, but I don't think he's going to be easy to kill.
All out onto Boom, but he's not actually caught inside of this as well. He is getting stunned up and punched into Oblivion. Boom is dead, but look at the damage coming out from Shad here. Flimity might be losing his life. Sword comes out, Celery brings down 1 and brings down 2. Zero's going to go down as well. Both kills going towards Shad. Meanwhile, Celery just trying to sit on the front lines here, but the PA is running out of HP pretty damn quickly here. Just getting right-clicked through by the rest of the heroes, and Slowfit's going to put it into her. Solar trying to run himself away from this one, but there's a jump forwards from Toby. He's got those remnants. He's bottling himself up, and Solar might be dead here. Aramis going to catch him with a rock, and Celery gets a kill with a cheeky little wave of terror from the sidelines, and that is going to be 4 heroes dead on the side of Kill Steal Commando. Ooh.
It's actually surprised Boom died on the Storm, considering he managed to zip dodge the call, but that was a really good chase then afterwards by KSK to finish him off. But yeah, I mean, everything after that was just an absolute disaster. Boom, jumping copy here on the Pango.
Oh no, Copy Cat brought down, doesn't have 9 lives today, only has 1, and it gets taken off him.
Shadow has the Deso as well on the Void Spirit. I mean, all 3 of these big spirits are all very farmed.
Big boys. I mean 3 big spirits. Are you calling a spirit not a big spirit? That's rude.
And Vengeful Spirit.
Probably the biggest of all. Yeah, no, Venge. I don't count her as a spirit person. Oh,
It's in the goddamn name though, man.
it's got fucking wrecked.
Literally,
It's got
called the Spirit.
destroyed. Look at this death summary. It's all inside 1 second. You know someone got rinsed when their death summary is all inside a single second of instant death. Jesus. I mean, I like 1-hit crits, but I also like it when someone just gets hit by like 3 or 4 high damage spells in 1 instant and just gets completely obliterated. That's some good stuff as well.
When 5 you drop your ulties on 1 overfarmed hero just to kill them. That feels, always feels.
Toby just tanking the snowball, knowing that he's got time to remnant away afterwards, which doesn't seem right, but there we go, that's Dota for you. I actually hate how quick the cast time on Activate Fire Remnant is.
On mid lane, jumping Solar.
Yeah, he's not having a good time right now. We'll get caught out by Boom in the end.
Do you know what? I respect that by Celery as well, that, okay, he didn't take the last hit on the hero, he then just goes and snags a range creep.
Yeah, you get the hero, I get the creeper. Seems like a good deal to me.
Tax, guys, tax.
Absolutely.
Ooh, they scan bot lane on the
Yeah,
range.
they baited themselves out by this one. I tried to scan behind the Pangolier, accidentally caught the Pangolier inside the scan, so like,
Look at this. Boom, though, on the storm.
Could be in trouble once again here, but they're a little bit scared on Commando. Even though he's trapped, they don't actually engage on him. I mean, Solari was there to save him if needs be.
He instantly gets the D1 though as well, so they knew that they had high ground vision there, because as soon as the smoke broke, the ice shards came out, right? Really want to try and protect this bot tier 1, and like bait the Radiant in slightly, but... Oh, they're going to find the PA? Oh, it's just too late on the Revenant.
She's out of there. See you later, nerds.
And they get a deny. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, swap back onto the Pangolier, and he gets absolutely shredded. See you later, buddy. And a jump forward to Preliminary as well. They're looking for the +1, and they might well just bloody well find it. A snowball forward from him. Just tries to get a punch out before he goes down, but go down he shall.
Yeah, as well.
Find a kill mid. Oh, that's a really big one. Soda comes in with a pretty big call. Is he going to find anything for it, though? It looks like he's not. That feels so bad from him. A nice two-man call. A couple more spins, and he would have got himself the double, but unfortunately, he doesn't find it. Does go down, and now they're just left with one hero standing. The Team Spirit strat is doing it. Smells like Team Spirit to me.
Do you know, I feel like we've been very blessed with the amount of things we've got to cast for a first time. I think I've said this to you before. Like a lot of hero releases, we end up getting, you know, the first games to cast.
Oh, we do.
We're now the first people to cast a 5 Spirit game as well.
Oh, we don't. I feel like Team Secret did it once.
Did they?
Recently, yeah. I'm not sure. Toby, he's having trouble, tries to dodge out the jump with a sleight of fist and might actually just get away from this one. What a cool hero. Coffee really struggling to run him down here, will not be able to find this kill, can't secure it. Coffee now getting jumped on Doom with the long jump. Celery does get cut down, and now the backlines are going to find Zero as well. Celery will lose his life, but Doom, Toby, now he gets critted. Low skill finds him. They at least get a couple here, but the mobility from this Team Spirit draft is just insane. They can't actually run away, they can't play along with the team fight, so they just end up getting split up, run down, and this might be the full 5-man here as Low Skill trying to play around here, but will not live.
Man, I thought this was the first one. If it's not the first one, I'm really disappointed now.
Sorry, man. Well, I'm sure people in chat will know if it's the first one or not.
I mean, if you're second, it's just the first loser, right? There's no point.
Very simplistic way to think of things, but I guess you're not wrong.
Storm is so farmed, by the way. I mean, he has Bloodstone pretty much finished at this point.
Yeah, he's a
actually
chunky
not even
monkey.
that farmed. I thought he was bigger, but he's just 7, 1, and 4. He's just been everywhere on the map, killing people instead.
Yeah, and oh my God, Shadow's 8 and 0. Look at him. He's farmed.
he is farmed.
Chrysalis Desolator.
Yeah, this guy is a chunky at the moment.
Yeah.
He's ripping through people.
These astral steps really gonna hurt.
That is a good point, actually. Why didn't they last pick Spirit Breaker on KSK? Because then don't they just win?
Yeah, true. If you do combine into the Megazord, you get charged and ultied by Spirit Breaker, you instantly die. And all 4 spirits put inside die as well. Meanwhile, jumping on the back line, Zero's going to lose his life. Shad now entering godlike as Storm zips through, killing off Limni, and Solar also getting wrecked as well. PA trying to do something, but there is nothing to be done at this stage. Oh,
they wanna.
Yeah, they just call it. They tap out. Jesus Christ, what a absolute stomping. 20 minutes, and they will. I mean, I told you, dude. I did tell you this. They're tilted. They lose the last game. They get destroyed in the last game, and this game going the same way. Like they just pick the meme draft, and KSK are just like, well, we feel like absolute shit now. They're just gonna get destroyed.
I think it's so hard to like reset yourself mentally after that first game, though, right? Because they basically were so close to winning. And I remember watching a video about PPD once was talking about. Do you remember the eHome EG game with Davey things where EG won?
Yeah, that was insane.
PVD said, like, after that game, he was like, I knew we were going to win, just because there's no way that eHome were going to be able to, you know, reset themselves after such a ridiculous ending to a game that they should have won. But, you know, it happens, and Team Spirit is prevailing today. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, it does come, it's I believe, a example of mentality this series was. Game number 1, they nearly take it, they nearly make a big name for themselves. Imagine if they take the win, come into game 2 with a fighting spirit, and you know, we see something from them. But game 2, they just get absolutely stomped, and unfortunately, it looks awful. And now, you know, it's hard to see them doing that much better throughout the rest of the series tournament. I mean, I do hope they're able to reset from this and you know, find some victories against some of the other teams. I'm dare say I'm excited to see them play in the rest of the tournament. I'm excited to see if they could improve, and if we get a little bit more action from them in the future.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because if they play like they did in game 1, then there's no reason why they can't take games off people. It's just it's difficult when you're not in the tier 2 scene. You're kind of just below it. When you try and break into the level, like these guys know so much that have been around for a long time, right? Boom played really well both those games. I mean, these guys have been playing together a long time now in Viking. You shouldn't be upset that you've lost the game to them when they just came third in the other event. Was it ESL that they were playing in? And now that, you know, they're still a good team. At KSK, they have to be looking at Viking thinking this is the level that we want to get to. And it's going to take time, and you have to play together for a long time like they have, and playing at a consistently high level. Because you only get better by playing the better teams. So just keep at it, keep going.
What do you think? Is there any legitimacy to the 5 spirit meme strat?
I mean, sure, they can all play positions that they can, right? So it's like I was saying in the draft, it's not like they pick 3 carries just to fit a meme draft. You know, Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, Storm Spirit, Chorus, and then you just have the 2 supports. Sure, why not?
Yeah, very flexible, very mobile, a lot of magic damage as well, which has kind of raised a question mark for me for the PA pick, you know, like, I don't really rate the PA into all that magic, all that, like, maneuverability. Doesn't feel like a good game for her at all.
The thing about the PA is, as well, though, it doesn't fit this style at the moment that it can just fight at all points in the game, right? It needs a little bit of time to come online so it can fight, and at the moment I feel like people aren't giving other teams the time to farm their items. Like we're seeing heroes like DK, Bristle Ember being picked all the time. These heroes that are just low cooldown, they want to fight constantly, they're strong at all points in the game, and Pango's another good example as well. And I think PA kind of like really struggles in that kind of meta of the game.
She does. I mean, some teams have found success with her, but only in these very niche games, which are often quite slow and often quite controlled, which this game certainly was not. Yeah, I mean, I'll say it again. I think in game number 1, you know, there was some really promising play from the 2 supports on the side. You know, I think this Cuddle and his, I mean, maybe it was an issue with the draft, or maybe it was just Cuddle playing down well, but those Ignises really seemed to mess up the side of Viking in game number 1, and those snowball saves were absolutely clutch as well. Again, a pretty good Tusk game, but he nailed it. He really did.
I think you can realise, like, their laning stage is a lot weaker this game though on KSK though, right? I'm surprised they had such a good start to the game as they did. But then this, like, Rubik Tusk, they don't really do anything. Like, Axe needs a little bit of time to come online. Like, he needs Blink +1. PA needs a little bit of time to come online. And Copy got, you know, pretty dumpster mid after a little while from some good rotations from Aramis. And when your 2 cores that need time to come online don't get time, and your one good, you know, hero that can fight early gets binned at the start, it's really difficult to ever recover from that situation, especially with these 2 greedy supports. So unfortunate for KSK, but again, I do want to see them play again because they look like they have promise.
I think so, and that's what the Division 2 is all about, helping these small teams grow, helping them find their place and getting some competitive experience under their belt. So more of that would definitely help a team like this, which seems to be a little bit emotional, a little bit prone to tripping up and tripping over themselves right now. So hopefully you get to see some growth from them and some more Dota coming out later on, and maybe making it through to those all important playoffs, but not a great start to the tournament from them. Alright, Mo, any final words for the ladies and gentlemen on the stream enjoying the Pushka After Dark Division 2 games today?
Not words for the chat necessarily, but I'm just saying we've put the gauntlet down saying that you have to wear dressing gowns now for the evening casts. So anybody, you know, who's going to be casting the evening Division 2 games coming up, you guys have got to do the same. You know, we've set the precedent now, so you've got to follow.
Well, I can reveal that tomorrow I'll be jumping into the games with Tsunami. And then I believe after that, I don't want to spoil anything, but tomorrow it's going to be me and Tsunami. But it's a very exciting duo after that, so yeah, and I'm sure they'll be down for it as well. But yeah, Tsunami's already agreed. He's going to be there in his fineries. He's going to be enjoying the evening show with me tomorrow. So make sure you guys stick around for that one. And to all you ladies and gentlemen in the chat who have joined us for Pushka After Hours and helped you know, support these smaller teams and enjoyed the games, and of course join me and Mo for the evening. We say thank you, but you know, my glass is now empty. spirits are all up, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. We're going to let you guys get on with the rest of your night, but do enjoy your evenings. Stay safe, stay indoors, and most importantly, stay classy.
activities are. na Milo? Ay, alam ko si KSK.
Rito akong ano,
Ano?
scramble.
Oo. Dito kong scramble? Ano? Ha?
Tsaka hotdogs.
Okay?
Ano, bini?
Scramble
Scramble egg.
Ako gusto ko eh. Mag-scramble.
Ah.
Sabi naman ko muna. Magkape ka lang. Kakauwi ko lang. Hindi pa naligo na ako. Hindi ako nakaligo ako. Nagsabon na akong kamay. Yun lang binili ko. Wala na.
The bigger differentials, not until you get the playoffs where you got the more evenly matched.
Pag naapakan ko sila, hindi sila nangangagat na. Iiyak lang sila. Pero pag ibang aapak sa kanila, nagagalit.